Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a historical rules event for you, the first round here is Schoolhouse Ridge. It's a repeat of what we would have played last week, but remember these servers were crashing due to what we presume is a DDoS attack, but regardless, that is our first map. And our second map for today is Outskirts on Conquest, so it should be great to see Skirmish and Conquest in a video. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. Our teams for today, on the Confederate side, you have Lee's French Legion, Texas Guards, 2 Corps, 3rd Kentucky, Hood's Division, 88th New York, Stonewall Brigade, Jenkins Brigade, Hampton's Legion, and the Shenandoah Regulars, whereas on the Union side you have 9th Corps, 2nd United States Cavalry, 6th New York, 1st United States Sharpshooters, 23rd Ohio, 13th Georgia, 20th Georgia, 11th Mississippi, and the Army of Northern Virginia. Server pop today is 270-ish right now. In balance is 1 in favor of Union. Artillery-wise, Union has 7. I always look on the left when I say Union because that's what I default to for some reason. But 14 on Confederacy, 7 on Union. It's a 7-man imbalance right there in favor of Union. So right now it's about a 5-man infantry imbalance. Frontline reporters today for your CSA side, you have Gene from the Hamptons Legion, and then from the Union side you have Killer from the Army of Northern Virginia. Very appreciative of both of those guys being able to give us their frontline views. So Schoolhouse Ridge, you have point of contention in the center of this road. Union spawn on top of this glorious redoubt, if you want to call it that, hill, whatever you want to call it. CSA spawn on the other side in kind of this open field. And really what CSA generally does is they try to turn one of the Union flanks, whether it be going down kind of that snake fence there and hitting the tree and then pushing down the road, or to the contrary, they push far left. Now, it appears that CSA is opting to go for a more center left push because you do have a few good groups in the center. HD, Texas Guards here, looks like they're rolling up alongside A and V, which is really the furthest forward Union group we see on this front. Also forward here, you got 2 Corps with 2nd U.S. Cav in the little creek here, kind of using this little trench line as cover with the high grass or weeds, using that as cover. And in terms of the rest of the Union line, holding down the traditional left side here, you have 9th Corps, 11th Mississippi, see 6th New York, and 1st Delaware. 1st U.S. Sharps, so it looks like 1st Delaware Harkin might be with 1st U.S. Sharps, because I know they hang out at least in Grand Campaign. Maybe blue and gray as well. But center of the Union line, you have 20th Georgia. To their right, you see the 23rd Ohio. A&V is being charged out. 13th Georgia is on the furthest right, and A&V getting charged out very quickly by HD, and I see Texas Guards and 3rd Kentucky in here, so it could have been a multitude of groups that engaged in this melee. And they're going to win that. Unsurprisingly, Lee's French Legion rolling up with more 2 Corps Company I guys. And the CSA has essentially taken the whole wood line. This isn't too surprising. You'll see Union push up to those positions sometimes. But generally, as the defenders for this map, holding the road can just be the best option. It's a nice defensive spot. Wherever the CSA comes at you, they have to come through some open area. And obviously you have the snake fence. The big concern, though, is it looks like CSA is starting to go around the Union right, which you can see there's a lot of Union guys here. And we actually have some CSA back here. Oh, this is the USC. I'm 80th New York's behind. There's like 3 SB groups, and I keep screwing them up. But these are the 51st New York UEC SB group, Serpents Brigade, not Stonewall Brigade. So apologies on that front. And so let's see, A and V, they spawned up top. They did not have a flag, so Union still has all their flags, which obviously are going to be very important for these maps where a lot of the fighting is not near point. And I think I should have also mentioned is There is no sprinting or bayonets until the 30-minute mark, or when someone hits taken losses, which we got about 7 more minutes till that.
Just tight.
Good shot.
Low.
We have friendlies on the right flank.
So more CSA is starting to roll up this flank. LFL, they're might just be straight slamming into where A and V is at right now.
Avec moi, on continue encore un peu.
And the Unions, some are falling back, again, trying to preserve the tickets, but you have some Union reinforcements rolling up. Some Union push forward. I think 2nd U.S. Cav is there. They're pushing back. So Union team starting to shift this way. You still have a regiment or so over on that left side. And with the whole CSA team kind of collapsing on this front, it's going to give them a very good opportunity to deal a lot of damage, defeat the Union in detail. Texas Guards, TKO, and 3rd Kentucky going down the little creek side. They have a little cover here.
Get him, boys! Use the ravine! Use the ravine! You got cover!
To the southwest as well.
Use the trench!
Who said they would pee in the water? That's a disgusting act.
Aim low, boys. Aim low.
So CSA's keeping up that pressure. I really like it. Union trying to counter this at least a little with some guys in the creek. Getting some nice flanking shots on CSA. Granted, CSA can have nice shots on the 2nd U.S. Cav. You have some more CSA rolling up to this creek here. Look at that. Look at that. Chap. Pro. Wait. What is S Sergeant? Senior Sergeant? Chaplain Pro. Hit that shot. It's a heck of a rank. You do have Sun Union up top, but a lot of the fighting is really held to these fences here.
We're moving southeast, gentlemen.
As Union, you can see with Killer's View here, it's kind of hard to see the CSA guys. Obviously, got the flag there. Oh, Confederate artillery hitting right behind where Killer is. And then you also have the Gene's vantage point here as they're looking down the fence line right now. Is he on the fence? Yeah, he is. He's crouching on the fence there. He's trying to get a little better vantage point. Some CSA actually have charged up. Looks like 3rd Kentucky did charge in. Texas Guards, I assume, went with. HD is there as well, and they're just outnumbered. They're not being helped by their friendlies, which are really playing a more conservative, aggressive approach, if that makes any sense. And they're just kind of doing the shootout, and it's working. Union's down half a morale stage right now. It's been about 8 minutes since the fight has really started, and obviously that pace is a little slow, but they have all their flags. They've gained significant ground, and obviously it takes time to get up here and be a little aggressive. So obviously the pace at the start of the game is not always going to be as fast as you would want it to be. A and V shifting off to the left, trying to at least spread themselves out a little more. It exposes them a little more, but again, more spread out. And I don't see how Union's going to be able to push CSA out unless Union holds a charge and then counter charges successfully. But we're not really going to see that till the 30-minute mark, which is probably why we didn't see a lot of the CSA charge with Texas Guards HD and 3rd Kentucky, because you normally don't see charges this early in the match with the rules stating that you can't sprint and use bayonets until that 30-minute mark. Also, they're a lot farther back. Union Artillery, they're located up on the top center of your screen right there. You have some infantry there, but you can see the artillery smoke. They're going to have a nice angle of the CSA position, which is kind of getting torn to shreds right now. And as a result, CSA pulling back a little bit for the meantime. The ticket gap is a little closer.
Stay on Frenchy now to the southwest.
Union does outnumber CSA on the field because that group, some are coming from Maine right now. And I like what the Union's done here. Obviously they have a lot of guys clumped up in the center here, but they're spreading their guys out into the open, which does expose them and give them less cover, because if you're clumped up on a snake fence, right, the snake fence is going to provide you more cover. But with Union spreading out, it really makes them not die as much, because if they're all blobbed up on the snake fence, if CSA just shoots right down the snake fence, unless the snake fence catches the bullet at some point, you're probably going to hit somebody. So I can appreciate Union spreading out. CSA was kind of clumped up, and you can see they're now, after falling back, starting to spread out a little more. At least they're using that creek there. Respawns remain. Texas Guard guys, they don't have a flag here, engaging with the 2nd U.S. Cav. And this ticket difference between the teams has gotten back to even, if not in favor of Union right now. So
we got 1 minute till we can sprint. 1 minute till we can sprint.
This is quite fascinating.
Okay, follow me, boys.
The Union team is dominating the shootout. I mean, we can look at the numbers as it's a little more into the match. Things have solidified. Confederates have 13 artillery. Union has 7. That's a 6-man imbalance at the top of the 2 already. So it's an 8-man infantry imbalance, which for 270-80 guys is not ridiculous. So
Dress in line, boys. Dress in line.
They pulled back on the left side cannon. Call it.
Oh no. Oh, boys.
Reloaded.
Nope.
we're about to see some charging in 30 seconds. Quickly. Oh, CSA is shifting down the creek side as A and V is pushing down with 23rd Ohio. I don't know about this. Looks like more of the Union team starting to move down this side. Maybe since CSA fell back into the creek, they're trying to get the upper hand and really push them out without necessarily charging them out. They're winning the shootout, so at least the whole Union team fouled up. Fully A and V in 23rd went. I would be a little skeptical. CSA's kind of pushed down as well on this creek. LFL's pushed way down. And now we're at the 30-minute mark. Bayonets and sprinting is active. And speaking of that, we already do have some charging here. Looks like 6 Alabama charged out, 88th New York, or Serpent's Brigade. One of the two there. And the 6 Alabama win that. Not surprising to see from 6 Alabama a charge. And it looks like CSA have some more charging here. Texas Guards, HL, 6LA rolling up to the top right now. And CSA has been winning the charges, and so that's why you see them charge as they are. They are starting to win overall, going up and over into the street side now, and CSA is starting to turn that Union flank once again. Union is also a little spread out here. A and V is up here, but they are unfortunately going to get overwhelmed and beaten back. That ticket gap still in Union favor, but if this trend continues, I won't be surprised if that flips back in CSA's favor. 13th Georgia's pulled up close here, getting some close shots. If there were ever a time for Union to try to push CSA out, right now would be the opportunity. CSA is very weakened after that charge. Numbers overall here about even, but the longer the CSA sits here, the more they're going to get their respawns in, and the more solidified CSA will be in this position. And that'll give them another opportunity to charge, which Union has been suffering in terms of tickets on. They've been winning the shootout, so this round is really going to come down to how aggressive does the CSA want to play it. If CSA wants to play more conservative and try to shoot this out, I don't think they're going to win. If they do want to win, they got to form up and charge up. And this is great by Union. They were split up into 2 groups. That artillery shot just missed. They're split up into 2 groups here. And the Union first wave kind of got wiped from that CSA charge, but they killed a lot of the CSA guys in that second group. Again, out shooting CSA. Both sides almost down to engaged here. And This is not always surprising on these higher pop servers, just because the defenders can defend way more of the battlefield. And I like this move. They're pushing out. They're going to charge out. Hopefully knock CSA out of the creek. But if anything, it's going to keep them out of the road. And one CSA flag is down. That 88th New York and Serpent's Brigade flag is down. So that won't be back up for a couple of more minutes.
Light him up, boys. Light him up. Light him up. They're running. Nice job. Nice job.
And there we go. CSA's first to go to engaged. And CSA is very spread out. Very spread out. And you can see they're trying to pull further and further back to find an opportunity where they can hold and reform all their guys. But with the amount of pressure that Union's putting on them by shooting and then getting closer, this is making it very hard for the CSA to reorganize. And it's just killing that black timer, not giving CSA an opportunity to really do much, which obviously is going to be great for the defending team. 20 minutes into the round, and you're not even engaged yet. Very good for Union.
On the fence line.
And you actually have Union going into the creek. HL's rolling up the side. I see 6LA there. A and V's going inside the creek right now. Trying to get some flanking shots here, which they're going to have great shots. They're not hitting a lot, though. So, points being decapped. 9th Corps is over here. Yeah, it's the 80th New York and Serpent's Brigade have rolled up alongside the point. I know they don't have their flag, which has now despawned, but Union is way more concentrated and acting more as a team than CSA at this point. I don't know why 88th New York and Serpent's Brigade are going straight for the point. I mean, they don't have a flag. They're slowly going to die. I guess they would slowly die out over there, but at least they're helping their friendlies. The thing is the defenders have to spread out because they're defending. And as the attacking team, if the defenders are spread out as they are, and you as an attacker spread out to deal with that, it's going to be a lot harder to obviously break through the Union line, which has a good defensive position. I mean, the most success we saw with this match is how CSA turned the flank of the Union at the beginning of the match, and the most recent team charge. But spreading out, shooting out, doing these independent charges is not working for CSA. I mean, look what happened there a second ago with 88th and Serpents. They got slaughtered. 9th Corps, I presume, was flanking, but 6th New York really put the hammer on them when they decided to charge up there for what purpose. And we see a server message, best half of New York Volunteers, and if you need proof for anything, there you go. Killer, A and V, they're starting to flank around, trying to hit CSA. LFL is here. Numbers are pretty close. A little risky on part of Union. Obviously, you want to wipe CSA out here, but again, sending your guys forward like that and getting wiped like that can be detrimental to your tickets. CSA appears to be mostly reformed, making their way down the creek side. And now 11th Mississippi is pushing forward, engaging with LFL. Was trying to get their flag back up. A&V did lose a flag there, 10th Alabama rather.
They have taken our old position.
1st U.S. Sharps, rest in peace. 13th Georgia here. That's the thing, Union... Most of the engagements in War of Rights really come down to who has more guys, which just makes sense, but Union's kind of getting torn up, defeated in detail as Union's trying to push out 11th Mississippi. SR's here, but the CSA is kind of collapsing in on this spot. HL is getting the brunt of this right now. I see 23rd Ohio and 20th Georgia here as well as the CSA is inching down the fence line. And Union assault towards the CSA line. I don't think it's going to work. And the tickets are still even, all things considered.
Stay here, Georgia. Stay here.
Don't forget the long, boy.
Stay away from the
There we go, there we go, there we go.
You're not sorry, you're not sorry.
Watch them in, watch them in.
Arm coming.
I want these damn Yankee flags on their ass now.
No, blue.
Get them down.
Take him, boys. Move up, Texas.
And Decoys gets that exactly. 2 downed Union flags there right next to each other. You do have one tiny Union group up here, down in the woods as well. Who is charging behind the rear of the Confederates? This should have been done a couple minutes ago. Normally love the aggression from 6 Alabama, but unfortunately they charged in very late there. They're going to get a nice couple of kills, which they are. But out of lines, beloved.
Turn around, brace the rear.
11 Mississippi pushed further forward. 2nd U.S. Cav is here. You can see the 88th and Serpents Brigade. They got their flag back as it did despawn. So we're almost 25 minutes through the match, and Union's almost halfway through engaged. I mean, the past 4 minutes, past 5 minutes, sorry. Union has dropped almost half a morale stage, which at this pace, Union will hit breaking with like 5 minutes left. So, Union's still in a great spot, all things considered. But we'll probably see the charging ramp up as the match progresses, as it normally does.
Reform, loads and bayonets.
I mean, a lot of the times, regardless of time zone, you'll see teams sit and shoot out for the most of the beginning of the match, and then as time gets restricted for the attackers, they get a little more desperate, which means they charge a lot more, which makes sense. So CSA though is not going to stop that aggression, and they need to do that at this point. If they want to try to hit the Union in the last stand and play a slower match, they need to play a little more aggressive here. The Union team shifting around in the open, are they trying to get close and be aggressive? Looks like they're going to get close here and start engaging.
Double clicking in the woods. They're taking their sweet ass time.
Who is that, Decoys?
Pick up the flag, someone burn it up.
Yeah, LFL, Serpents Brigade, and 88th New York are double-clicking it up here right now as the rest of the CSA is trying to hold the line up here.
Guys, up and over, street side.
I agree with Decoys in that entirely. Union's starting to be flanked, though, by 20th Georgia and 10th Alabama, and the situation almost appears lost for the CSA. And CSA does kind of have a presence despite everything we saw, but they could have won even more dominantly, and tickets are still about even at this point.
Ooh, I definitely got some fucking kills there.
And with this reinforcements rolling up, 20th and 10th Alabama, they're getting slowly torn to pieces as they are just simply outnumbered.
Keep shooting, boys. Shoot at the clumps to the right. Shoot at the groups. Ah, shoot Flores. Keep shooting.
Of the 23rd Ohio pushing up the side as well. That's the thing. You have these two Union groups. Some are getting close and staying aggressive. Some are sitting further back. It's just, it can be concerning for Union. Just if the Confederates get enough force, they could try to charge, and I think they would do well. Tickets, I think, have turned in CSA's favor, but not by a considerable amount.
Alright, 13th Fred hold.
Looks like 13th Georgia's rolled up with 20th, and whoever's still alive from A&V. And they need to get out of here before CSA wants to charge this out, which they are they? LFL's moving pretty quick. Yeah, they're going to charge in here.
Coming down the road.
Smart play from CSA here. Defeat in detail. Simple strategy. And this is going to be a big kill on Union tickets and potentially a flag loss as well.
Man, you guys were like just hanging out with a bunch of them.
If this flag gets out, that'll be pretty impressive. Nope, there it goes. And that right there is going to hit Union down to taking losses. But again, CSA is about on pace. They're a little quicker. It took them 5 minutes last time to knock them down half a morale stage approximately. And it's been about that in 4 minutes. Good artillery shot.
Jesus.
A lot getting back up though. So
Hard left along the river. Senkav up and over, jump
This
the
way
fence.
11, this way 11.
ooh, here they come.
This way 11.
CSA is keeping up the aggression. Great to see. They've got to knock the Union down a whole morale stage, though, in a little over 15 minutes. It's most certainly possible. It's really going to depend on how Union wants to play this. Because Confederates, this is the most entrenched they've ever been on top of this hill.
We will capture this point. The rest of the team needs to move down the road now. Alright. Load it on. They shifted down.
Move up, our boys are charging. Forward. Forward,
Let's go. Follow over to the fence now. Let's go. Hit the fence.
Let's go.
Wait, cut right. They're in the creek.
Cut right.
TG, they're in the creek.
only a few of them. Focus on the road,
Look that NCO. And so CSA is getting on the point. I don't know if they should cap, but they are doing it right now. I mean, a cap won't hurt. It really won't. If anything, it'll give them enough time to do what they want, and they could just outright win now that they've hit the Union down to taking losses.
On the line again.
And you can see some Union going from their main spawn, shooting it out from a distance. A cap isn't bad, isn't good here. You can argue how you want. I think, though, for this being a European event, I know they don't necessarily use the... At least I haven't seen it yet, and based on what I've heard in conversations, they don't generally like to abuse the cap mechanics. So, for example, once CSA cap, they become the defending team, Union becomes the attackers. So the Confederates can go down to last stand, and if they do that and Union retakes, Union will automatically win the game. Which, once CSA caps, they have to hold it for 7 minutes. With how big this map is, and the, most of the time, lack of charging outside of the fast few minutes in these type of events, I doubt CSA is going to hit last stand. So, if CSA holds for 7 minutes, they're going to win the game. Union has to, in some sense, organize a good team push, because I would assume the CSA is going to be bunched up around that point. So Union pushing out, is that flag going to make it? 2 flags, rather. And it looks like 2 flags will make out, so good for them. The rest of the Union team, though, pushing around this side here. They have, I see 1 flag, 2 flags, so Union has all their flags, 2 of them on this front, and they're going to start making their way down the snake fence. The whole CSA team, outside of the artillery, is near the point, and it looks like there's a lot of shifting in the road near point.
Fall into the fence, whoever make it on the right, march.
LFL is up here trying to hold this. CSA on the right don't really seem to want to push this way yet. Still holding on that point.
Repli LFL, à droite, droite, repli, repli, repli.
À droite, droite, monsieur.
Attention, direction nord aussi, il y a des ennemis. On se fait
And
flanquer.
LFL pulling out of that, very outnumbered. Rest of the Union team, they're kind of in a frenzy up there, but it looks like a good chunk, or at least going down to where the rest of their team is, which is a good decision on Union part. Here we go. This is the type of stuff you want to see here.
Line up, boys, line up.
Both frontline reporters died at the same time. So, CSA holding off the fence a little. They have a tiny defilade they can use to their advantage. You have more Union reinforcements pulling up the side. A lot coming down from Maine. Similarly to what we saw with the Union earlier, some CSA are holding really far forward, some are holding further back. And some Unions actually gone across the snake fence, kind of spreading out in a big line along that creek to get a better angle. Some of them actually starting to push forward now. Some already starting to get in there and charge. A and V going in there. 20th Georgia hopping up and over now. Union charging along the creek side as well. And so they're trying to get close. We're down to 4 minutes on this counterattack. 3 minutes gone so far. 23rd Ohio's pushing up the left side now.
13th, get up over here.
13th, follow the star.
13th, we are 13th over here.
And Point is swinging. Never mind. Union telling their guys to get on point. Unless CSA is just being outshot, I don't think these guys are on point. Definitely not the guys in the back. So, Union's going to, at least all indications show they're going to try to take it back. And here comes the Union charging in here.
Yeah, you're too late. You're surrounded.
And the point going still in Union's favor, and it looks like that's going to happen here. More CSA collapsing down, but they did that way too late. They should have gone in the moment the fighting started. But I don't mind CSA losing a lot of tickets right now. Union's going to go up to the percentage of tickets that the CSA is at. And if CSA die a lot out of line, Union won't be able to regain as many tickets, which CSA kind of needs that right now. 13 minutes with, I see one down CSA flag. 13 minutes with one down CSA flag. It's kind of crunching on time.
Stay away from the fence. Stay away from the fence.
So good charge from 3rd Kentucky there. I really like that. Lost completely, but that's kind of the point of it. So 88th New York and the Serpents Brigade looks like they are the only ones left up here.
Over the fence. Facing northwest. Get your loads facing northwest.
Gentlemen, on this side, quickly. Quickly, they down on the creek. Season? They're about due west now, the flag.
And so Union's trying to encircle the last CSA group here. And I think they're going to do it. I mean, CSA is going to spend a few minutes getting ready before going in again. And the biggest issue with this group still being here is if they get wiped, that flag is going to be down for 5 or so minutes. And I don't know where CSA is going to decide to push. So I like that 88th and Serpents here are pushing towards NYV, because that's really, outside of running straight down the middle, that's really their only escape route. If I were CSA, you got to come around this side, but they got to look over and see that they still got friendlies up here engaging. And I don't know why the Union isn't charging this out. I know you want to be concerned with tickets and all of that, but that's an opportunity to wipe a good chunk of CSA, get a flag down, and potentially take this ticket lead. Especially as CSA is now starting to make their way back up to the front side of the battlefield, which the more that CSA is spread out and discombobulated, it's going to be a lot harder for them to retake that point. I mean, you saw the whole CSA team basically near on that point, and Union was able to win pretty handily. So if they wiped even a few more CSA, they could win even more dominantly. So.
Up and over again.
And now the group flanking 88th and Serpents Brigade got wiped, and CSA has control of this corner spot, which is never good for Union. Union's halfway through taking losses.
All effort to the northeast.
All fire directed northeast.
Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
We got more friendlies coming.
And you have some CSA charging in on the wood side right now, as Union did push up there. 10th Alabama pushed up there. LFL kind of charged them out. Union wanted to avoid tickets, so that's why they pretty much fell back there. Let me guess. 6th Alabama. Yep. And there's the other half of ANV. Very far forward as well. And so I think Union, big mistake was not wiping 88th and Serpents Brigade there and then charging out that corner. That was a huge blunder, because now CSA's got that corner and they're slowly and methodically going to be pushing down this fence line, making their way onto point.
Let's go, sprint!
On,
Let's go!
JJ,
Move up on stage.
We're close. Go.
Hey, we're charging with Matt.
Charge in, boys. Straight up.
It looks like they're going to go in. They're not even going to hesitate on this. A cap here. It's going to be, I don't know.
Watch our right flank. Watch the right.
The biggest concern being that with 9 or so minutes left, Union has an opportunity to regain some tickets. It's really going to depend on how quickly Union retakes the point. I don't know. This is going to be close. I mean, we'll see how this decision pans out as CSA is moving into cap. Union's not really contesting this. If CSA wants to try to hit Union to breaking before they cap, they could charge.
They just charged the woods north-northwest. They're behind us, north-northwest.
You even have some Union going around to flank that corner. Union could hit breaking before CSA cap here. You have a mass charge from CSA. A lot of these Union guys here, they need to pull off and hopefully force CSA to cap before they hit breaking. I wasn't expecting Union to drop as quickly as they are. 6th Alabama's trying to go around the creek on the right. 10th Alabama's charging up the center here. Trying to contest this. This should hit Union to breaking. That might be the game, dang. I was very surprised. I was not expecting Union to drop into breaking like that, but good analysis of the situation by CSA. Good charging. They hit Union into breaking. That's a very good and efficient cap. CSA had 45 minutes, and my goodness, they were going to use almost every single minute of that. So well done on their part. I think Union's just biggest mistake was when they should have pursued CSA, especially at the end of the round. I don't know how much it would have really changed things, but pursuing CSA at the end of the round there, I think, could have been very helpful to them, at least charging out 88th and Serpents Brigade. Because the thing is, the Union was pushing out, after Union won some charges, they would try to push CSA out completely. And that was very good. I'm really shocked they didn't do it at the end. But, you know, it was a very great match nonetheless. Well played by both sides. Just a couple changes from Union, and I think that outcome could have played different. I like the Confederates decide to be more aggressive as the round went on, but that's really what you would expect. So, with that all being said, we will see you all shortly for round number 2. And here we are live with round number 2 on Conquest now. Server pop almost up to 300 now. Imbalance is 4 in favor of the Union side right now. Artillery, though, Confederates have 4. Union has 7. Union artillery located on the bottom side here, and then Confederate artillery is on the opposite side of B, which is over there. So Union's going to get to this B point first. Confederates also gunning it that way. You can see Union and the Confederates have spent 1 company going to that far C point, and Union sent 1 company to A. So this round already getting off to a very action-paced start. C generally favors CSA, A to the Union, and this middle point is anybody's game. So it looks like Union is going to get the jump on this point here. And a second now they're going to cap, but the Union team off to a great start. CSA is kind of spreading themselves out, trying to get around, hit the Union blob that is in the center. And there we go. With that being said, Union has capped the B point. So I want to officially switch it over to this new screen. Got some recommendations anyways to show who has what point capped. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how this looks on the top of the screen. I might be adjusting it throughout the match to make it look a little better. But yeah, if you have thoughts on how that looks, let me know and we can keep improving it as time goes on. So Union have capped the B point to start the round. Union's going to get C, and they're going to get A. At least I think. Yeah, Union's about to get all 3 points here. Which, if you know Conquest, it's a 3-minute counterattack phase. Which it started. Holy crap. Yeah. So, what this basically means is CSA has got 3 minutes to, what is it, to decap and recap a point. And if they do that successfully, then they can keep the game going. But if not, Union is going to win off the rip. So that's why you see CSA so aggressive here, because they need to start decapping and raising one of those points within a minute and a half. If they don't do that, then Union will win the game, because it takes like 30-40 seconds to fully lower and raise a flag. It looks like CSA is winning on the C point. I assume they have a flag up there, and it looks like the CSA is going to win on the B point as well. I mean, desperation will kind of do that to you. You do have some Union holding off in the distance right now. So there you go. C point has been neutralized. Are they raising a flag? Yes, they are. So CSA is going to get out of this counterattack, but because of the 3 flag cap on part of Union, the CSA is almost going to be down a whole morale stage right now. Which 6 New York's running. It looks like some of the Union guys, maybe from A, I'm guessing from A, tried to collapse down and flank to help at B, but unfortunately, it isn't going to do a lot. So, CSA do retake that C point, and so the Union team is able to survive. Yeah, the Confederate teams are able to survive the fight and keep everything going. So, they're taking a while to get this B point down. That just makes sense. You have a lot of Union on the outsides here shooting at CSA, who's holding basically in a little blob. I mean, CSA will probably get it, but they're going to take a good few amount of casualties trying to make that happen.
to the right. Take the left to the right.
CSA still sending no one to that A point. You do have one Union regiment off in the distance going to defend A. Let's kind of call out where people are at, because I haven't really done that yet, as I think the Conquest UI in the top looks decent now. So you got 11th Mississippi, 2nd U.S. Cav, 20th, I think, A and V. I see some 4th New Jersey and 23rd Ohio tags here. You got 6th Alabama on the left side here. The Union that did go for C, it looks like it was 9th Corps, maybe some others, but 9th Corps is on the far right for the Union. The CSA group that went to C, decapped and raised it, is the 88th and Serpents Brigade. Further out with about 5 guys shooting here, you got a little more than 5. TKO, 3rd Kentucky there for CSA. And in the center here, I see Jenkins Brigade, 2 Corps, LFL, and then on the point, you got the Texas Guards. And CSA was not able to get B, so each side has 1 flagpole right now. You have some more CSA. They're really, the thing is, Union's very spread out, shooting at a bulge of CSA on these rocks, and that is really going to be good for the Union. I mean, when a very spread out group is shooting at a group that is clumped up, it's just not going to result good things for the group that's clumped up. Obviously, if Union misses the guy at the point, it's going to come by and hit the guy behind. And CSA really has some ground to make up. They're not sending anyone towards A. I mean, you do have the 6LA F company here. But what are they doing with that flag? Union's countercharging this center point here. Trying to get it back before the CSA can take it. And it looks like Union's going to prevail. That's the thing is, when you'll see teams try to take a point in the open like this, the team trying to take it will blob up, and the other team, like the Union here, will spread really far out, kill a lot of them, and then countercharge back in, and they're able to take that point easily back, if not go further, which 23rd Ohio and A&V is starting to do that right now. So, I mean, the first 10 minutes of this round, really, it's been 7 minutes and about 40 seconds. Good artillery shot from CSA. But this has been a phenomenal start, and obviously when you cap those 3 points, that's going to deal a huge ticket drain on your opponent, and Union's up by 5/8 of a morale stage right now, as CSA is about to go down 2 engaged.
Hey, not using that word.
Top of the rock.
Come to the rocks. Come to the rocks, boys. You can see a large building. Go.
So, no one losing tickets from the flags. That will change in a second, though, when Union is now fully capped to B point. And there we go.
Keep firing. Light them up, light them up, light them up, light them up. Rate of fire, rate of fire.
We don't flee on flag. We're good. We're not dying. We're not dying. You guys are good.
Just aim low. Cut that grass. Cut that grass on the white flag over there.
Rocks.
Aim at the clumps at the left oblique. Aim at the
Get that white flag. Get that white flag.
Aim at that white
Right,
flag.
but they
They're all
follow
shooting.
this.
Get that white flag,
Friendlies
boys.
are moving up. Friendlies are moving up. And they're
We
gonna
just
deploy.
inspired the friendlies
Rest
to do
the line.
something.
Rest the line.
First thing they've done all day.
And we're now kind of getting to a point. A&V, at least, has pushed out past the point here.
Shoot the out of line guy on the left.
That was me.
And they're trying to keep them held off the point, which I can appreciate. Actually, I want to look back at that again. They kind of are deflated only by a little, though, not a significant amount. So, the Union team, very well spread out. They have some guys on the rocks over there. It's really going to make CSA hesitant to go to that A point or just try to outflank B from that direction. And then the Union's pushed up well. They're using the trees, more the shade, if anything. Because look at the A and V guys kind of in the right side of your screen. You can see them in the open, the guys on the left. They're more silhouetted. It's kind of hard to see them, especially when smoke is in front of the person. So, I don't know if you heard, but CSA looks like they're going to try to make their way, reconsolidate at C, which is actually being decapped right now by 2nd U.S. Cav. They don't have a flag, but again, Union will be up 2 flags polls, which will be very good for them. They're not going to be able to get it down.
You're not talking anymore.
Come here, let me stab you. Come here. Come here, boy.
Nah, we're leaving.
Come here, boy. Get over here. I'm gonna stab you straight over your ass, boy. Come on. Get over here. You fine. You get fucked that way. I don't give a shit. No, they're that way. They're that way. They're that way.
Lacey, they're pretty funny. So, CSA really reforming here on the C point, trying to make an effort, maybe go up to the tents here, maybe go more straight on. But because the CSA has pulled out as far as they have, Union now charging out the CSA artillery. I Company of 6LA is on here, and the 11th Mississippi is going to roll over them. And outside of, what do we have here? 3rd Kentucky and LFL, who's shifting further and left to assist with the artillery. Union's up a flag. They're just dealing a ticket drain on that. And Union essentially has control of the whole field. CSA's not even making an attempt for the Union bias point at A. And Union's making attempts to take C, the CSA bias point, which is not good for CSA by any means. And it appears CSA is trying to make their way through the tents. Looks like they're going to go up the hillside here. Texas Guards charging out. 20th Georgia, who was up here, they do get a flag in the process. But while CSA is trying to find some way to break through the Union line, which they're doing it very spread out, by the way, they're just losing tickets from that flag loss, and shortly enough, we're probably going to see CSA down a whole morale stage. I would say that CSA should try to send someone to A, because that's how you're going to throw off the Union team. But Union's thought of this already, and they have a few groups over here. Great shots on HD, who is... might not have been 6 New York, because they just shot their volley. First U.S. Sharps and 9th Corps here. I think it might have been them. They got a real nice volley off on HD. Could have been these guys too, but I mean... The Union defensive plan is quite fascinating. And CSA is trying to break through up on top through the tents. Charging down is Texas Guards against a very large 11th Mississippi force. I don't know if that was a great idea. I kind of wish they would keep moving along the side. Maybe charge the artillery and go to A. At least 3rd Kentucky, or actually, who is this? HL should be doing this now.
High Street. High Street.
See, HL's kind of pulling out there. They are just outnumbered. You can hear 11th Mississippi guys saying High Street. So High Street was played last week. If you watch that, very lopsided in favor of CSA. Maybe one of the most lopsided things we've seen on here in a very long time. And they banned the map from the HRE going forward, just because they don't want anyone to experience that again. But some CSA that won that map might be saying that as a little troll to last week, so I can appreciate that. And HL falls back. Texas Guards got wiped. Union's retaking the ground. I mean, this is terrible. CSA has to get somebody at that A point. And that's the thing. Union, this is kind of crazy to see. The thing is, Union's spread out completely across the map here. And they are holding in great spots. And whenever the CSA does kind of push up, they throw them out and retake the original spot. This has been a masterclass on part of Union so far.
Ça c'est parfait les gars, belle formation.
Arquet, tu me sacrifies une salve pour le nord-ouest, l'unité qui est de flanc, drapeau bleu nord-ouest.
Halte au feu. On annonce les parés.
Pareil.
And the thing is too is that Union doesn't need to make a break for C. I mean, you're dealing a ticket loss to the CSA right now. They're trying to find some way to break through, and they haven't yet. There's no point in sending your guys out, leaving an opportunity for disaster, disorganization. So 9th Corps pulling out. HD with less guys is going to charge and take these rocks here. You do have more CSA shifting on the left side there. Some trying to shift up on the top side of the hill. Looks like somebody might have charged those Union guys up. And the only way I think CSA is going to dislodge Union is by sending somebody to A. Just because that could cause an overreaction from Union. And that overreaction can open up and relieve pressure from the CSA trying to go for B. But obviously a team charge could work too. So HL's trying to go up and around. They're getting closer to Union spawn. Some of them reforming. It's probably 20th Georgia there. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. And 13th Georgia as well.
Alright. Is it? Okay. Yeah, no, we're shooting them.
Rolo, I think we should shoot left into the shift left into the tents.
Alright, let's move up.
Yeah, they're pretty open there, so. Jeez. CSA down already a whole morale stage. More than that. They're about to go into taking losses. And we're not even 20 minutes into the match. A few Texas Guards guys up here. They do get the flag. They're going to run up to where HL is at. Going through the tent side here.
Yeah, behind us, Gene, behind us.
And it looks like those guys were running and wiped a few Texas Guards guys that are there. However, they missed HL, who is trying to pursue, and it looks like they're going to get him in there.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much that you were here today.
Stay with me, please. Don't.
And CSA is gonna... Are they? Where's the flag? Oh, they kept it up. Who's up here? Oh, F Company. So CSA is gonna win up top, but CSA does go down to taking losses. As a result. This is a lopsided affair. And you have more Union rolling up to the top side of the hill right now. 11th Mississippi is rolling up top. You can see the F Company guys are starting to run out of the tents. HL still kind of holding by the berm.
Here, keep chasing, guys. Keep chasing.
Keep pushing.
Right here. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Right here.
No, let's get these guys. Get the wagons.
Come here, Johnny Red. Come here. No, leave me alone. Come here, Johnny Red. street, high street, high street, high street, high street, high street, high street.
On me. Rally.
So I know High Street is a very, obviously they banned it in this event because it's so lopsided. I mean, I know they had some issues in the Saturday night campaign HTC with it as well. It was just so lopsided. The match was ended. Union ended the match early before the round even finished because they were getting curb stomped so bad. And it's an interesting decision, that's for sure. Union now winning up top. They're going to make their way all the way to C, pretty much uncontested. 6LAF company up there. 11th Mississippi's rolling down the side. If they keep pushing, who is this? Serpent's Brigade's the last group here defending this. And if 11th Mississippi rolls through this, which I think they should, the CSA could lose all 3 points again. And you can see a desperate charge here from CSA. They have some numbers. They are at least winning in close proximity to the point, but Union surrounding from all sides. Some actually charging in over there.
Get over here.
Fight through him, lads.
So Union's going to try to charge this out. You can see kind of the square CSA is forming up. Union does hit engage. And more CSA swarming in. It looks like they're going to take this. But 11th Mississippi on that C point in the distance. So they're going to decap and retake. So despite CSA finally winning here, it looks like it will come at a cost of C. I mean, it looks like HL, who got wiped up top, they're now over here. So Union being as spread out as they are, you know, this is not necessarily a surprising thing. So
Regroup to the south.
Decoys, are you going for C point or A point? Sorry.
Yes, I'm gonna try to go to C point.
You have some more Union shifting over that way to at least hold the rocks, as some CSA make headway towards C, which will be capped any second now, and Union's going to be up by 2 flags temporarily. It's a whole morale and a half stage difference right now. And I don't know how contestable B is at this point with a fair amount of Union holding at C and on these rocks here.
Fire.
I did it, guys, I did it.
J'étais quasiment tout su, hein.
Ouais, je sais, on t'a laissé te démerder, tu te débrouillais très bien.
Planquez-vous, skirmish au rocher, les gars, planquez-vous. Famas.
Ouais, c'est bon.
So even with this, I mean, we'll see how the charging goes at C, because this is going to be a big thing. You have Texas Guards moving over here. I don't know where 3rd Kentucky went if they got wiped, but 11th Mississippi's pulling up to the CSA artillery, which maybe that's 3rd Kentucky. Let's see. No, it's 88th New York. So 11th Mississippi's going to hold this off for a while, and we're really going to see how much forces CSA deploys to try to retake C. I mean, the biggest thing with this round is that A has never been in contention, and that's a terrible thing for CSA, because when your advantage point and that middle point is under contention the whole time, and the enemy's secure point is not under contention, that again, it's just a recipe for disaster.
I'm sorry, I spoke your deaths into existence.
Look south, look
them up on
south.
that right side.
South.
There's a cannon shot incoming! Uh-oh. They loaded a cannon!
They loaded a cannon? Oh, they have a gun there. I didn't even realize. But CSA is not really charging the 11th Mississippi out. Instead, some are leaking off the side, trying to go around. 88th New York gunning it that direction with Serpent's Brigade. They have the flag. Texas Guards are rolling up to their right.
Oh, fuck, they're gonna fall in after us. Keep going.
That flag is torn to shreds. And Confederates any second about to go down to engage. Checking over at B. There's a couple CSA, but a lot have pulled off. And it looks like even more are pulling off. So Union could push forward and try to take this point if they want. Especially with the LFL pulling off, which was the last CSA group on the point. And let's go check on this chase that is about to occur at C. 11 Mississippi cruising along. 88th and Texas Guards are going to try to hold at the berm. They're getting some pretty good shots off. Although that's a lot of 11 Mississippi guys that are rolling up right now. CSA have decapped. C.
Yeah, get that flag up. Cover him.
And CSA, I think for the first time, is going to have... Never mind! Union decap B.
ATF, you need to know shots. We can charge them out, ATF.
So, I stand corrected. Union's going to be up another flag. They're going to have AB, Confederates will have C, 11th Mississippi going to get completely wiped here. Oh my goodness, artillery. Great shot from Alpha. So, CSA captures C, but Union gets B right back. And for the first time this match, CSA is making a break for that A point. Let's see who the showdown is. LFL leaked out that way. Holding this side, you got the first U.S. Sharps, 6 New York, and some 6 LA SR here as well. Let's see how this first volley is from LFL. It's not a volley. I was expecting a volley. So sad. But looks like a good chunk of them maybe didn't have their loads. So we'll keep tabs over what's going on at A. Actually, I think this is really the only thing that's happening. You have some Union going towards the C point, although it looks like 88th is staying at C. 20th Georgia's pushing that way right now, although they're not going to be able to win. Texas Guards halting up, so this is, I mean, the only thing that CSA can really do is force a draw here. CSA is not going to overcome essentially 2 whole morale stages before they hit last stand and wiped. I mean, a draw, there's very little chance of that happening.
Yes, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Up and over, guys, right side.
You have 2 units in front of you.
Copy that.
Allez, du changement accroupi, messieurs.
HL, about face.
About face, Hamptons!
Right here, right here. Up and over. LFL, I'm going now.
Ok, allez, debout LFL. Bayonet en avant, on va aider les copains.
Stay on Gene.
Let's go, sprint.
And it looks like they're finally going to make a break for the A point. Nothing's really going on the other side of the field except for occasional shots.
It's alright, boys. Keep going.
Kind of running out of bounds to do that right now. I don't know if they're going to go straight for A. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to go around, hop over this kind of fence here, and make a break for that A point.
Up and over.
And the Union pulling back. A 9th Corps here as well. Looks like Union is trying to make a concerted effort towards C, really not on B. They're maybe just trying to end this game by capping all 3 points. I mean, it's really going to come down to those Union groups at A. How long can they hold off A? Oh, you got Union reinforcements pulling up the side. I think Union's going to be able to hold this. Who is this? A and V rolling up on the side here. So they're going to get a nice angle there on CSA as they're kind of crunched in that fence right now. Some of the Union using the porch on that house to take some shots. Couple of Union behind skirmishing with a couple CSA guys. These Union guys running around the side. I don't know if they're going to charge in. I mean, we'll see what they do. It's like Union sprinting around the side.
Ils sont là, ils sont là. À droite. Et chargez.
Let's go, boys!
Chargez. L'officier.
And so CSA wiping that force, but you got A and V up here with 9th Corps taking some shots through the fence at them. Nothing appears to be happening at C other than the occasional shots, but
we just got in the melee with them. 6 got wiped.
No, there's some of them are alive up there. Are you in their chat? Looks like there's 10 of them up there. You guys are shooting them up.
so Famas is trying to shoot his pistol through the fence. It's not hitting anything though. You're getting really close. Nope, rip that guy though. Hey, Famas got a hit and the rifle stuck in the fence. 2 rifles stuck in the fence. Couple good shots there. You have some CSA leaking around the right side here. HL's going that way right now. Trying to get shots on A and V, who's down on the other side of that right now.
Yeah, top.
Melee, step back, reload in their face.
You actually have, oh my goodness, it looks like Union reinforcements rolled up on this side. 6th York is here, 2nd U.S. Cav is here, and they've wiped the backside of CSA, 1 down flag. And with Union putting a concentrated effort at A to defend, it's again relieved this pressure. CSA is able to contest B and hold C much more effectively. Will we see CSA finally up a flag?
I got a load for you, officer!
I mean, 3rd Kentucky and Texas Guards are winning on the point. You have more Union collapse. Oh, I don't think they're gonna. 13th Georgia, and you got more behind. I assume maybe 11th Mississippi. Actually, you got charging on the far side right now at A. The Confederates have decapped that B point. Doesn't really matter though, as Union win decisively at A. You could have seen that through probably both frontline reporter cameras. We're looking at B. But Union are going to hold B here. 1 CSA down flag. How many are down flag on the far side? 2 down CSA flag. So CSA is about to hit last stand any second now. And this match is going to be over very soon. By that, it's probably going to take the rest of the 9 minutes. But
Southwest. This way. Lay them down, boys. Right oblique.
So CSA's inching their way a little closer over to B, but not really doing much. No Union flags. I'm surprised 11th Mississippi doesn't send their flag over. Not like it'll matter in a few moments though, because once CSA hits last stand, they can't lose any more tickets. They have 0%.
Better than a none. You heard it, folks.
It's not our fault.
It's just different points in our career.
It's all Gray's fault.
Born again.
She's dry.
How many do you need loads, by the way?
Prostitutes against their will.
I don't
Those convents are closed off.
Yeah, we don't need them.
And they sign away all
I
of
killed
their
this bayonet.
personal identification to the church, and the priests come in at will and rape them. According to the testimony of Sister Mary Charlotte,
Gray's called this a done deal. We better finish it for him.
he escaped one of his closer convents.
Gray still has.
Oh yeah.
I am making my push. I am making my push to C point. Aiming to the left. Let the spreaders go.
CSA appears to be making some effort towards B. On both sides, just kind of mass charging. They'll hit last stand here. Damn. Yeah, there they go. Last stand. So once CSA dies, they don't come back. Union pretty much winning on this front. No surprise there. And CSA on this front.
Hey. Hey.
Holy fuck, we survived. There's one over there.
They are going to win over there, but barely.
Go here. Top teabag. Rude. Hello.
And you have some more charging on this front.
Charge! Counter charge!
What the fuck? I'm alive?
Oh, I maybe thought Killer survived that artillery shot. You know, sometimes you get knocked down and you're really suppressed. You don't know. So flags don't matter at this point, even though Union do cap that B point. And so CSA should just have a fun time charge in here. Granted, Union's going to mass charge. You got a couple guys over there shooting. I appreciate all the CSA guys that are charging in right now. Make it glorious at least.
Counter charge, boys. Let's get in there.
You didn't even kill one of us. That's depressing.
So you got a couple CSA holding out. Looks like really the last remnants of their team. 3rd Kentucky, some HL guys. They're charging out here. Got some more Union reinforcements rolling up here. And Gene is surviving for a very long time. He's truly having a last stand. And there he goes.
This is for high streets.
Oh no, Victor.
Where's the rest of them, yo? It's fucking bowling ball. Where's the rest of them?
So true. Where's the rest of CSA? I mean, that's the unfortunate part is CSA is clearly defeated here, but the game's like, we gotta wait till there's 2 guys left. Like, you have the few artillery guys, which Cornelius here has a very nice uniform, by the way. The bright red top and the jeans.
C'était un peu court, je crois.
Looks very beautiful. And then you do have one CSA group up top here, which...
Into line, march! Charge bayonets!
Charge bayonets.
Alright, we're gonna get those. Charge!
Yeah! Yeah!
Show them how we die.
Second US Cav, they're gonna finish this match for Union.
We both can hang around beside the pool.
Yom, I'm back from business. Is she trying?
Yeah, that was just a pretty straightforward, great round for Union. If you have any thoughts about the conquest screen showing which side has what, feel free to let me know in the comments, as I want to make that look good. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support our channel more. We have our Patreon in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. Besides that, we have our Discord and merch, and we will see you all in the next episode. Have a wonderful rest of your night.